Alps is a 2011 film directed by Yorgos Lanthimos about a group of actors who will work for the bereaved by acting as their lost loved one for them. The film confronts performance and patriarchy. The opening scene brings us into this peculiar and ironic world of performance and gender roles. The beauty of the dancer's movement as the coach watches on. We get a glimpse into the relationship as the male coach exerts his power over her by threatening violence. Lanthimos never explains the world to us. Instead, he throws us right into it. The way the camera is used to watch the dancer while presenting us the power of the coach and his vision as he watches on. Even though the frame is focused on the girl, shows us the gender power relationships we will later see in the film as the leaders of the group are male.
Ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα?
Ξέρεις ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα?
Είναι πολύ ωραίο. Ρυθμικό.
Δεν μ' αρέσει. Με αποσυντονίζει. Γιατί να μην δουλέψω με κάτι πιο pop?
Δεν είσαι έτοιμη για κάτι πιο pop.
Αν θες να μάθεις ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα, θα σου πω εγώ ποιο είναι το πρόβλημα. Το πρόβλημα είναι ότι δεν με εμπιστεύεσαι. Το πρόβλημα είναι ότι πιστεύεις ότι δεν είμαι ακόμα έτοιμη για κάτι πιο pop. Ενώ είμαι.
Έτσι και μου ξαναυψώσει τη φωνή, θα πάρω μια κορίνα και θα σου σπάσω το κεφάλι. Και μετά θα σου σπάσω τα χέρια και τα πόδια. Και τότε σίγουρα δεν θα μπορέσεις να δουλέψεις με κάτι πιο pop. Για την ακρίβεια, δεν θα μπορέσει να δουλέψει με τίποτα. Ούτε με ροκ, ούτε με foxtrot, ούτε με latin, ούτε με τίποτα. Ξέρω καλά πότε κάποιος είναι έτοιμος για pop.
Συγγνώμη. Ξέρεις καλά πότε κάποιος είναι έτοιμος για pop.
The film is about gender mobility, or rather the lack thereof. The cinematography and framing of the shots shows us the entrapment that has evolved for the females in the film, even when they are moving from place to place. When the nurse is outside, she is still trapped in the frame between the car and the hospital entrance. The shot is framed to emphasize her entrapment in this world of performance and gender roles. As a nurse, her movement and mobility in the scene leads her to save the dancer from trying to hang herself. There's a stark contrast between the look and beauty of the dancer and the nurse that is prevalent to the conclusion of the film. We see the dancer after a failure to perfect one of her roles and her fear of the coach and his overarching power over her.
Τι έγινε?
She sits in a locker room looking as if she is trapped in a box. The camera is steady in its continued gaze on her and her performance as she explains her misdoings to her leader. She begs him not to tell the head leader of the group so she can get another role. The irony of the scene is that the more she becomes mobile in her ability to perform in differing gender roles, the more entrapped she becomes in performance and the more she is controlled by this patriarchal relationship.
Και ο παππούς τι έκανε?
Στεναχωρήθηκε.
Και εσύ?
Εγώ τίποτα. Έφυγα. Μην το πεις στο Μον Μπλαν. Σε παρακαλώ. Δεν θα μου δώσει την κοπέρα με το αυτοκινητιστικό άμα του το πεις.
This is a scene of her performance as a tennis-playing daughter of a family. The family is blurred out for most of the scene, which becomes important in the following scene referencing her performance.
Ήμουνα σίγουρη ότι θα την κατατροπώσω. Το ήξερα. Το ρεβέρ της ήταν άθλιο και ήξερα από την αρχή ότι δεν έχει καμία ελπίδα.
Θέλεις λίγο νερό?
Όχι, μπαμπά, ευχαριστώ.
Συνήθως μετά τον αγώνα πίνεις πολύ νερό.
Εντάξει, ευχαριστώ.
Φάε λίγο τα νύχια σου. Φτάνει.
Throughout the film, there is a dreary atmosphere. Particularly in this scene, with whom we assume is her father, the nurse's line between performance and reality become blurred, like when the family of the daughter she is playing is blurred out. The camera focuses on her and blurs out her father. The mise-en-scène adds to this idea in its dark and moody atmosphere. The nurse is becoming lost in her performance, and in this scene, she is inside a car with her father, adding to the theme of entrapment in this world in terms of gender roles and identity. No matter where she moves, she is followed by this blurriness of reality and performance, exclaiming the almost non-existence of female mobility in this film. The irony between her mobility, between gender roles and entrapment, is the center of the tension of this film.
Δεν ήξερα ότι είσαι τόσο καλός χορευτής.
Και με τη μητέρα σου χορεύαμε συνέχεια. Εκτός από Latin. Μισούσα τα Latin.
Ωραία παπούτσια. Ευχαριστώ. Είδα χτες μια ταινία με έναν που ήταν βετεράνος και τον καλέσαν για μια τελευταία αποστολή. Και ενώ στην αρχή δεν δεχότανε, μετά εξοπλίστηκε και πήγε. Νομίζω το έχω δει. Μαμά, μπαμπά, δεν σας περίμενα τόσο νωρίς. Ο Βασίλης είναι φίλος μου στο σχολείο, απλά χορεύαμε. Ωραία παπούτσια, ευχαριστώ. Είδα χτες μια ταινία με έναν που ήταν βετεράνος και τον καλέσαν για μια τελευταία αποστολή. Και ενώ στην αρχή δεν δεχόταν, μετά εξοπλίστηκε και πήγε. Νομίζω το έχω δει. Μαμά, μπαμπά, δεν σας περίμενα τόσο νωρίς.
By the end of the film, the nurse longs for her gendered performances and sneaks into the house of one of her clients. She is forcefully removed and stands outside the house, lost in her search for identity in this world of performance. The cinematography emphasizes her isolation and misinterpretations of reality. The movement in the scene shows her getting thrown out of the house forcefully by the male, but it is clear that even when she is outside, that she is trapped in this world of performance, patriarchy, and gender rules.
Γύρισα. Μου ανοίξει, παρακαλώ. Ήμουν πολύ καλή σήμερα. 4-2 στα σετ.
final scene presents us the dancer in a perfect performance that leaves us horrified by this world that lacks genuineness. The dancer has finally found her perfect role in this patriarchal environment and performance. Her movement is beautiful and rehearsed, unlike much of the nurses. We are left to see male dominance in the dancer in a stereotypical female role of beauty and motion, which she thanks her male authority figure for.
Είσαι ο καλύτερος προπονητής του κόσμου.